There was a young girl. She was 12 and a half years old, and she was walking in Bnei Brak. She was crying hysterically. And this old rabbi walks over to her and says, Sheifullah, why are you crying? She says, I just came out of the hospital, and the doctor told my mother she has cancer. And maybe she's going to live a year. Rabbi, I always dreamt that my mother would walk me down to the chuppah. But now it seems I'm only 12 years old that she's not going to live that long. And the rabbi looked down at this little girl and said, I give you a haftacha, I promise you, not a bracha. I promise you, your mother will walk down the chuppah with you together. Okay? The mother is living and living and living. Baruch Hashem, refuah shalema, nes. And now the girl turns 18. She's in Bnei Brak. They read her a shidduch, the best boy in Panovich. And she says, I can't go out. I'm not ready. Let my younger sister go out. She had 9 siblings. Let my younger sister go out. Okay, all right. Sister goes out. I'm still not ready. Second sister goes out. To make a long story short, 20 years! She doesn't date. Her mother is freaking out. Bnei Brak is going crazy. She's a beautiful girl. She's a frum girl. What do you mean you're not dating? Not dating. I don't feel well. I don't know how to be married to a man. I got anxiety. I can't. 20 years later, after everyone's married except her youngest sister, her mother relapses. And her youngest sister says, I am not getting married before you. She was 20 years difference between the two of them. I'm not getting married unless you get married first. And the older girl, who's now 40, says to her younger sister, listen, mommy is very sick. I don't think it's fair if you wait for me. I don't think I'm going to get married. I need you to go out so at least mommy can be by your wedding. So she said, okay, I hear you. She went out, she got married. And now this 41-year-old girl is left by herself. She goes to the shadchan from 21 years before. Is that boy in Panovich that you read me still single? I don't know. I'm not out of the shadchan business for a while, but I'll check it out. She goes to Panovich. Yeah. He went out, this didn't work, that didn't work, all kinds of stuff, broken engagement, nothing, didn't work. He's still single. Set him up with me. Sets him up. They like each other. They get married. Her mother, who was very, very sick, they wheel down to the chuppah with her, walks her down to the chuppah. Sheva brachos, 3 days. 3 days after the marriage, in the middle of Sheva brachos, the mother dies. In the middle of her Sheva brachos. They're sitting Shiva. And all of them are sitting there, and they're sitting and they're talking, and they're like, you know, it's so good that mommy saw you get married before she died. It's so good that Hashem did that. But you put mommy through 20 years of aggravation. Why didn't you go out? This boy was there for you all the time. She said, sisters and brothers, I never told you the story. But when I was 12 years old, there was an old rabbi that I met, and I was crying because that was the first time mommy was diagnosed with cancer. And he told me that he guaranteed me that mommy would walk down to my chuppah. And I knew if I got married first, she would die and she would not walk down any of your chuppahs. So I wanted to make sure that all of you had her at your weddings. So I waited to be last. Who was the rabbi? She said, the Chazon Ish. It was the Chazon Ish that gave her that bracha. 21 years, 9 times she went to the weddings of her siblings. She went through people saying that there's something wrong with her and she's not normal. She didn't want to have her mother walk down by her and not by her sisters. That's the level that we all have to bring. That the other person, even though they're not my relative, but their pain is my pain.